Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. You guys thought Alabama was done. The dynasty was over. Keon Keeley commits to Alabama in the 2023 class. This guy is a top 10 player nationally, number 6 according to 24/7 Sports. Once a guy that was committed to Notre Dame, backs off that commitment, was projected to go to Ohio State. Nick Saban ends up landing him. And I mean, that's just what this Alabama football program does. I mean, like very, very quietly, they have the number 1 recruiting class in the whole entire country. And it gets a lot better adding another top 10 player. And I would be lying if we're going to take a look at his highlights. We're going to take a look at what we've seen on the film. I'd be lying if you didn't remind me a little bit of a Will Anderson Jr. 6'6", 242 pounds. He has very good burst. Before we talk a little bit more about the prospect, I just want to say thank you guys for the support you guys have shown the channel. Again, we love making these videos. We love talking high school recruitment. We love talking college football. We even talk some NFL draft. And all the support you guys have shown truly, truly means a lot. So if you guys do like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. And again, if you do like the content, like the video as well. Let's start talking a little Keon Keeley. Again, 6'6", 242. The thing that jumps out to you the most is he's a grown man already. I mean, he's an 18-year-old kid just finishing up his senior year of football at the high school level, but he is built and he's got very, very good length and very, very good burst off the edge. And I mean, a lot of people talking about what's Colorado going to do. Notre Dame's putting together a really good class. Ohio State, you take a look at what Alabama's doing in the 2023 class. Number 1 class in the country. They have 3 guys that are in the top 30, another like 2 guys who are in the top 50. They got way more than that. They have multiple guys in the top 50 at all sorts of positions, 2 running backs. They have the edge defender, and that's really what Alabama does is they just bring in difference makers on both sides of the ball, and that's what Nick Saban is going to continue to do. And again, if you're a high school athlete, you're trying to figure out where you want to go play your college ball, your goal is to make it to the NFL. Like Alabama has the proven track record of putting top-tier talent into the NFL. You cannot blame a Keon Keeley going to Alabama. He's going to be developed, and what I want to do is take you guys in on a little bit of what his highlights, what his film looks like, because this is one of the more exciting pieces of film to watch. The things that's gonna jump out at you is one, just the length. You see him sing number 88. He's highlighted with that arrow. Very, very long dude. And when you look at the top college pass rushers, they have long arms and they know how to use those hands. And you know he's gonna get that coached up. I think he needs some work on using his hands. He's just relying on his burst and his strength and his speed right now. But once you teach him how to use his hands, use those long, lengthy arms, he's going to be an absolute problem off the edge. Let's fire up some of the film that we see out of him. The biggest thing, kind of what he reminds you of Will Anderson, is creating that speed to power, right? He has a great burst off the line of scrimmage. He's also a very, very powerful dude. He's going to get his hands on you early, and he's going to go right through tackles. Here you see him go right through a tackle and a running back. They both can't deal with him. He ends up getting the strip sack. I mean, this dude is so impressive. I think he can do a lot of different things too, because I'm guessing he's going to put some weight on. He goes through another tackle right here around the edge. You see the burst, you see the length, and you see the power. I think he could play outside of a tackle. I think he could play head up on a tackle. And I even think he could play a little 3-tech as well, depending on what they decide to do with his body type. Again, he's 6'6". He has extremely long arms. You could probably get him up to 275 in a college football strength and conditioning program. There's no better strength and conditioning programs than Alabama. You see here, he just gets his hands into a rather big high school tackle and creates a pressure. Nobody can really deal with him. And I feel bad for this guy because he didn't really stand a chance. He's a game wrecker. He has good length, and he's a very good athlete in space. You see it there. You'll see it again on a couple other plays. When he wants to be kind of like an outside linebacker of sorts, kind of like what Will Anderson has done, he can make those plays in the open field as well. I mean, there's a reason he's one of the best high school talents in the country. And Alabama obviously lands another one. Again, you're looking at how Alabama's going to look. We're going to stop the screen share here. Going to get back to that recruiting profile that we have. Alabama is racking up commitments. They could probably add a few more. I know they're in the hunt for a few more guys, but also depending on what they use this transfer portal, you might see them not really fill out the rest of this recruiting class, as this is probably the most amount of holes we've seen in an Alabama roster in a very long time. So I'm guessing Nick Saban and that coaching staff is going to be very, very active in the transfer portal to get more of that immediate impact talent. as opposed to a high school guy that you might need to develop. Now, you look at guys like Caleb Downs, you look like guys like Keon Keeley, probably don't need that much development. I mean, those are both guys that are top 10 recruits in the country. They can probably come and play and produce at an early level. But again, I'm still under the impression that you need to recruit at the high school level and develop those guys. So when they get into their second, third, and fourth year, they're ready to be difference makers. But also, I mean, continue to use the portal to get talent quickly that you can kind of fill in those roster gaps and those depth chart gaps as well. I mean, it really is the same old story. Alabama continuing to recruit at a high level, and they get one of the most, in my mind, one of the most talented players in the whole entire country in the 2023 class. Very, very good day for Alabama and those fans down in Tuscaloosa. Again, we appreciate you guys checking us out. If you do like the content, once again, consider subscribing to the channel. That is the best way you can support the boys. And we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.